Now here's a really interesting question. With the aid of labelled diagrams, explain the impact which the entry of new firms would have on the market and on the equilibrium position of the firm. So we'll try to draw all of the diagrams on the one plane so you can see what's happening. And look at the firm in the short run. The firm is making supernormal profits. Other firms will want to enter the market in pursuit of supernormal profits. Now in the market, as firms enter the market, supply increases and the market price falls. And you can see that the market price has fallen. Now, interestingly enough, watch along here now. So the price has come along, and now the price has dropped. Now the price again in the long run goes all the way across here. All right. So let's have a look. Firms now produce a smaller quantity. Supernormal profits are eliminated and normal profits are being earned. Now that's the type of question that could come up. Try and draw it on the one plane so you can see the impact of the entry of new firms into the market. Two other types of questions that I would consider to be reasonably difficult would be: explain with the aid of clearly labelled diagrams the supply curve of a firm in perfect competition in the short run and in the long run. A profit maximising firm will supply output where MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. At P1, the firm will not produce because average variable costs are not being recouped, are not being recovered. Remember we said before in previous chapters, the firm will produce in the short run as long as average variable costs are being covered. At P2, then Q2 will be supplied. At P3, then Q3 will be supplied. At P4, then Q4 will be supplied. Why? Because average variable costs are being covered all of the way along here. Now as far as there. In the long run, the firm will supply as long as average costs are being covered. So look, this is the average cost curve and here's the marginal cost curve. A profit maximising firm will supply output where MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Now let's just look at the narrative on that. At P1, the firm will not produce because average costs are not being recouped or recovered. In fact, the firm will be making a loss. At P2, the firm will supply Q2. At P3, the firm will supply Q3. And at P4, Q4 will be supplied. Now it's very important that you spend a bit of time drawing these diagrams. This is not easy.